Okay, so this is Unit 9, Day 3, Notes, Part 2. And we've already finished the whole front. We're going to work on the back now. And this side, look, we're back to our coordinates. We've seen these in the last couple of units, and we're going to continue to do this. And we did this just like when we did the translations and the rotations. We're now going to do it with dilations. And we've got some information over here. Dilation has the same shape as the original, but different size. We already talked about that. Remember our notation we use with all our transformations? Our new figure, we add these little marks beside it to show that's our new one in each case. And here we need to know where the center of the dilation is. Where am I going to make it bigger from? We often use the origin, but sometimes we don't use the origin. And the origin, remember, is the point 0, 0. And notice that every coordinate gets bigger. So let's look at what happens here. This is saying that this is my original one. This one here is my pre-image. And then this one here is my image. It's actually going from that one to the smaller one, the bigger one to the smaller one. And it says I have a scale factor of 1/3. Literally what that means is my new one is 1/3 the size of my original one. Or, if I'm going to do a scale factor of 1/3, it means I can divide by 3. Notice if I take each one of these things, if I start here and then go to this one, I took each number and I divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and so on. Here, 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. 5 divided by 3 gives me 1.5, and so on. Every case, the exact coordinates, I just took divide by 3 to get the new coordinates. That's what it says right here. But it says the center is not always the origin. I'm going to show you some problems like that in a minute. So we're going to start off. If it doesn't say where the center is the origin. And K is our scale factor. They just like to use the letter K for that. So what I do is I just find each one of these coordinates, like A is at the point 1, 1. Then if my scale factor is 2, I just multiply each one of these numbers by 2 to get my new A. So here's my new A. Multiply times 2, that's at 2, 2. B is at 2, negative 1. So the new B is going to be at 4, negative 2. I just take each of these and multiply by 2. The next one, C is at negative 2, 0. Multiply times 2, and I get C is at negative 4, 0. Now I can go back and graph these and make sure that it's the same shape. 2, 2 is right here, and I'm labeling them as I go. 4, negative 2, that's right here, is B. And negative 4, 0, that's right here, that's C. And when I graph these in, I'm going to connect them. Are these two similar? Notice all my sides are parallel, and I have the same angles on both of them. Those are similar. If it didn't come out the same shape, it would mean that we did something wrong. Okay, so I just took a minute and I paused the video so I could have some time to go through and write down where every one of these points is as I went. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and find all my new points. Remember that if my scale factor is a fraction, it's the same as dividing by the number on bottom. So here I'm going to divide by 4. Here I'm going to divide by 2. I could also say that 1/4 is the same thing as 0.25, so I could also just multiply by 0.25. And I'm going to use that on the one that's 1.5 here. This is the same thing as multiplying times 1.5 on each one of them. So now I'm going to go through and just do that. This is 0, 4, so if I divide by 4, that's 0 and 1. And I'm going to do it on each one of these. I'm going to divide these by 2, and I'm going to multiply each one of these by 1.5. Pause your video and do that on yours. Okay, so I paused the video, and I went through and did all these calculations. I took each one of these numbers, divided by 4, then wrote them down. Took each one of these numbers, divided by 2, wrote them down. Took each one of these numbers, multiplied by 1.5, and wrote them down. Now I'm going to go back and graph each one of these. 0, 1, 1, negative 1, negative 1. There's my new triangle. A, B, C. Is the new triangle similar? It looks similar. And is the new one 1/4 the size of the old one? Yes, it is. Okay, next one. 2, 2. 2, 4. 3, 2. And 3, 3. Here's my new figure. Is it 1/2 the size of the original? Because the scale factor is 1/2. It's 1/2. And it's similar. They're the same shape, different size. And finally, this one should be 1.5 times, or 1.5 times the original. So it's going to get smaller. 1.5, 0, 0, negative. So I misread this the first time I did it. I'm just going to fix it as I go. 2 times 1.5 is 3. So this is 2 goes to 3. Negative 2 goes to negative 3. This is B right here. Negative 2, that's 3 and 1.5. 3 and 1.5. And this one is 1 and 2, so that goes to 1.5 and 3. When I look at my picture here that I've drawn in, are the two shapes similar? They are. And is the second one 1.5 times the size of the first one? And it is. Okay, so that's if the origin is at the center. I can just straight multiply or divide by my scale factor there. Now these that we have a center somewhere that's not the origin, they're just a slightly trickier, but not a whole lot. You can just get to practice on this stuff. So first you have to draw in where the center of dilation is. This is at 4, 4, and you have to put that point in. Then what you have to say is my new scale factor is 3, so I need to go 3 times. How far is J from my center here? This is my center. Well, it's 2 away. Well, 2 times 3 means that my new one needs to be 6 away. So it's 1, 2, 3 times as far. That's 6 away. Here's my new J. L was 4 away. That's 1 step away. I need my new one to be 3 times as far away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Be sure you're doing, I kind of think of these like little hops away. It's 3 hops away, not 3 hops farther, but 3 hops from the center. So my new L is going to be right here. Now this one's a little bit harder because it's not going straight one direction or the other, but I can kind of use a slope idea here and say this goes over 3, down 3. So I need to make 3 steps. Over, down, over 3, down, and over 3, down, like this. So again, I've made like 3 steps, 3 hops, hop to here, hop to here, hop to here. 3 steps because it's a factor of 3, and this becomes my new K. Now again, just like before, I do want to connect these, and I want to look at it and make sure that these are similar. Are they similar? Yeah, all the sides are parallel, and this one is 3 times as big as that one. Okay, on the next one I have a scale factor of 2, so it's going to be twice as big, and it has a center at negative 2, 0. So negative 2, 0, here's my center right here. So I need to do the same thing where I'm going to do the little steps away. Well, I'm going to start with the P. It's 1 step away, and I need to be 2 steps away. So 1, 2. It's going to be right here. There's my P prime. The L, I'm sorry, the O here. To do it, I count the steps. So there's what 1 step is, and I need to be 2 steps away. So I'm going to do this a second time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my new O is right here. Notice that I was 1 step away, and I did 2. Now I'm going to do it for N. 2 up, and 5 over. That's 1 step. I need 2 steps because it's a scale factor of 2, so I'm going to go 2 up and 5 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my new N. And M is from my center. I go up 3 over 3, so I need to do 2 of those, up 3 over 3. Here's my next one. And here's my new M. Connect my new points. Look at each one of your sides. Are all your sides parallel to the original? They are. And it's twice as big, so I finished it off.